This video is brought to you by Gemmer.com, place where you can buy, sell, and trade collectibles of all kinds, uniquely for comic book fans and just lovers of pop culture in general. So go check it out, Gemmer.com, and hopefully we'll see you there.
What's going on, watchers? Welcome to the Marvelite podcast. I am Will. I'm hosting this week. And with me, I have a lot of people. So we have my regular co-host, Luke.
Hey, what is up? It's good to be back.
Our superior editor, Nick.
Superior editor? Is that like Superior Spider-Man? Am I going to get a spin-off series now? Like
Yeah, you get a spin-off. We have Boss Man Josh.
Howdy.
And we have special guest Armin Zola.
Woo, 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 yeah. I'm
Armin
back.
Zola. That's great.
Or
Man,
Armin
I
Hammer.
fucking love Zola. That's such a great character.
Oh, and it's good to have Josh back on because he hasn't been on since, I believe, the first episode.
Don't make it hot. Don't make it hot.
Oh, I've been on more episodes than the boss. Oh, all right.
Yeah, you have, actually. Well, speaking of special things coming up in the future, and big surprises, we got Punisher mollywopping
So
the
you're
shit out
talking
of
about
Daredevil.
me with a girl or something.
Yeah, that's a big surprise
Special
coming
surprise.
Oh my god.
Punisher
Josh,
might be the main villain for Daredevil.
Meet her at a party. I'm like, hey, I got a big surprise for you.
It's called the Cuddle Room.
I mean, yeah, if we're keeping it PG, okay.
Yeah, if we want to get it dead.
No, this is an X-rated podcast, I thought.
Okay, then it's called the Fuck Box.
Box. Box. Like an
oh my
auditorium.
God. Oh, wow.
Fuck
Okay.
Wow.
All right,
Well,
let's
yeah,
keep going.
so-
Let's keep going.
So Daredevil.
going into our Daredevil. I still like the suit, and the trailer was really, really, really good. I thought for a part one, it's nice to finally see Elektra's sexy accent.
Okay,
in there
so-
for 0.5 seconds.
So, like, does the suit look different? Because it looks different to me. I don't know. Could you guys tell the difference at all?
It is.
Yeah.
I dropped it in
There's
the
a lot more
Photoshop
red.
and I messed with every single color I could find, and then I was adjusting it. The suit definitely has a few new hinges around the shoulders, are more streamlined, and like the faceplate. You remember how in season 1 it was blackish?
Yeah.
It's now pure red,
Yeah.
and the horns actually point more forward instead of outward. So there's definitely changes to the suit, which honestly I think I really like the suit at the end of season 1, but I think this one looks slightly better.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah,
It
they
looks
put more red in the suit.
Like in the cowl.
Yeah. He doesn't look
Well,
like
and the
that
body
pork,
too, because
the pork of Hell's Kitchen anymore.
I mean, as long as he can like
Hell's
move
Kitchen.
around, because I know a big complaint. I think Charlie Cox had this complaint numerous times in interviews. There's like the final suit he wears is actually very restrictive, and it wasn't like all
Yeah.
that comfortable
It
to
had-
wear. So I hope they fix that for him, because I'm sure he wears it a lot more this season than he did last season.
apparently it has
Obviously.
3 zippers, and it takes like 40 minutes for him to get into it.
Oh my goodness.
Dude, it's like the Nolan
happens
bat
when you're
suit.
There's yep. One of them is a pissing zipper, if you were curious.
Ah, okay. It makes sense, to have a pissing zipper.
Well, he called it the wee zipper. Because
Oh my god.
not American.
So I'm just gonna give my thoughts. Like the Punisher is freaking incredible. Like I don't know what it is about Marvel, but they have this talent of like really casting these actors who I think like best portray like these characters' emotions. You know what I mean? Like John
Yeah.
Bernthal, I think like he really carries the weight of the Punisher. Like you can just tell in the trailer. Holy freaking shit. This Punisher looks amazing. Like honestly, like this looks like the best Punisher. As much as I love the Thomas Jane Punisher, I think honestly this is going to be a better version.
I like
I
Punisher
really
Warzone.
do.
and that's saying a lot.
I mean, go ahead.
Punisher Warzone's awesome.
No, I was just going to say, not only like it just looks like he carries the weight, but he just looks amazing. He sounds amazing. I was kind of wondering what origin they were going to go with the Punisher. It kind of seems a little bit like Punisher War Journal. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I don't know. I'm super excited.
Yeah,
Anyways, that's what I say.
I'm very excited.
I love
mean, go ahead, Will.
My bad. My bad. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Somebody go.
Go ahead, boss.
All right, so no, one thing I really liked was just like physically looking at him. He looks tired. I mean, he sounds tired too. He sounds tired, like he's just battle worn. Like he's been through a lot, and he's really just a broken man, basically. Like he doesn't sound like a riveting young, like excited kind of person like you would assume, like Spider-Man, for example. Like he sounds like energetic and stuff all the time. But like Punisher, especially in this trailer, he sounds very like he's not really doing this because he's looking forward to it, but more so just because it's the only thing he has left.
It's total despair.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I mean, Punisher is my number 3 favorite of all time when it comes to comic book characters. So, I love everything about him, and going back and looking through the Punisher history, Dolph Lundgren's was at the time not even Punisher, but when you look back at it, they got some elements right. Tom Jane, I thought was good. He was a good Frank Castle, but to me, he wasn't a Punisher. He felt too mopey and a little too like he was too into himself being the Punisher to be really, Frank the Killer. Warzone, on the other hand, got Frank Castle completely wrong, but they got the Punisher 100%.
It is something, right?
Like that murdering,
take half
alcoholic, right? He was so good as the Punisher, and you look at Bernthal, and it really seems like they've melded all 3 performances to finally give you that perfect Frank Castle. You look at his eyes. That's a guy that's seen some shit, and that's the scariest part of the Punisher to me. Skull or no skull, it's what that murderous face looks like. So I'm really hyped. The moment he shows up in the trailer and starts, shooting people, it's all right, this is Frank Castle right here. So my hopes are high, and I hope they don't disappoint.
Do you think he'll have the skull?
Yeah, you can see in
I
that
think
promo
he'll get
art
it
that came out
near
today.
the end.
He kind of has to have it. I mean, I think if he doesn't have it, I mean, kind of a shitstorm will erupt.
Now, do you think that
they're not going to call him
skull...
Punisher though?
I can see him. I can see them in passing, be like, "Oh, he's a Punisher," or something stupid like that.
Didn't they only call him Daredevil once in Daredevil season 1?
Yeah, it was at the end. It was a newspaper
at the
that
end,
called him it.
when he was actually Daredevil.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I wouldn't really be surprised if it's like Daredevil, where everybody's arguing, "Oh man, we're never going to see the suit. We're never going to see the suit," and then we see it. So I think it's going to be just like that. It's like, oh, it's got to be there. I mean, for the love of God, they had the jewel suit in Jessica Jones. Okay, she didn't put it on, but it was there, so they gotta do it.
She was never Jewel though. 0 out of 10. No, but I think you could see it. He has the Punisher costume though in that promo image that came out
It
he
looks
jacket
like there's a
and
bunch of white underneath, right under his chin. So I don't know.
I'm wondering if it's is it going to be like an armor, or is it just going to be like a shirt, like he's portrayed in some versions? I kind of want it just to be like a Kevlar vest.
It looks like it's just a T-shirt. I'm looking at the promo images right now. He has the skull. It's kind of fainted though, but he has a skull on the T-shirt. But yeah, it looks like it's just a T-shirt. He has a jacket over it. I mean, who knows? Maybe for a particular scene when he's doing a particular action, he'll wear a vest and stuff too. But
right
for these promo pics, at least, it's just a T-shirt.
That Elektra costume is awful though. I just gotta say, that bandana.
Well, we don't know if that's the full costume yet though.
That's got to be some sort of proto costume at least.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know.
You got to start somewhere. Everyone has a proto.
Ability to pick up women though, damn.
Yeah, dude. Matt pulls
for
bad
a blind
bitches.
guy.
But
I think Foggy made a joke about it last season. But for a blind guy, he knows how to pick pretty fine looking girls.
Dude, chicks dig sign language apparently. But no, the line that really stuck with me was when he was talking to Matt and he says, "What was it? When you hit them, they get back up, but when I hit them, they stay down." I'm like, ooh, shit to back. I'm like, ooh.
Dude, he's about to beat him up, dude. You saw him. He took him out.
I mean, he tied him to... we already have that photo of him tied to that, what is it, chimney stack?
Yeah, just like the comics.
Yep.
Yeah. I think that Matt will get his ass beat, honestly.
Also, everyone keeps saying the one bad day line was from Killing Joke, but it was actually from Miller's Daredevil run. So, yeah.
So that means that the old wizard stole a line from someone. What's his name? Old wizard Alan Moore stole a line
Yeah.
from
Alan Moore.
from Ghost Demon Frank Miller.
He's Alan Moore's discount Gandalf.
Ugh.
yeah, Fat Gandalf from Deadpool and Discount Gandalf, who's Alan Moore.
Yeah, no, seriously, Alan Moore's just a grumpy old man. We just need to ignore him.
No, he's a grumpy old mage. Get it right.
He's
He
a
does
mage.
practice magic. He's a crazy old fuck. But he'll set you on fire if you speak ill of him or his books. Or
Yeah.
try to turn any of his books into movies.
Yeah, explains why my comic collection's half burnt.
Oh,
You spoke ill of the Moore Grand Wizard.
Yeah. Either that or
Oh my
I
good lord.
saw Roger Rodell's tweet and it just possessed me to burn something.
oh, what did
Either
Roger
or.
Odell say?
Oh, you said the symbiote will be introduced in Infinity War
Oh!
and like
Oh,
Venom will
yeah.
be a major player in
remember
Phase
that.
4, and I was
Yo,
like,
that guy's fucking Jesus, get the hell.
I was like, you're the same guy that said Ultron was gonna travel through time.
Dude, that's like El Mayimba when he's
Yeah.
Ace
okay.
of Scoops.
I'm L, maybe.
Dude, that's like saying Captain Marvel is 100% confirmed. I have 4 confirmed sources that don't know each other.
Shit, it's like saying Captain Marvel's gonna be black. Like, wait, we're
no,
getting Monica
we can't
Rambeau?
have another
I'd shit
black
myself.
character.
That was...
Will, you know this? The rule of 2 for black characters.
We
in
can.
Marvel
We just have to
Cinematic
kill
Universe.
Falcon. Honestly,
Exactly, but you don't want to kill
Whoa,
Falcon.
whoa, whoa, back
think
the
about
hell
it. Phase
up. We don't
4,
kill
the
Falcon.
Ultimates.
Base Mackie
No.
can't
Phase
die.
4.
Dude,
Cut
he's
the
gonna be
check.
the next
Think about it,
Captain
man.
America.
Cut
Falcon.
the check.
Rhodey dies though.
Nah,
Don Cheadle's
Bucky
done.
will be the next Cap. They're not going to make Sam the next guy.
I hope they make
No, dude.
Sam the next Cap because the Bucky actor has like no presence on screen.
Yeah, but they're gonna make Bucky the next Cap so they can like do the whole, like, you know, Bucky's good and he carries on the shield and all that stuff and yada yada yada.
I mean,
yada.
he's got to become Cap. He has another 7 movies on his contract. Like, what
That's
the fuck
true,
are you
dude.
going to
Yeah,
do
I
those
see
for you?
it.
Oh no, dude, those are.
Dude, what they could
Those
do
are all
is
just cameos.
Just put
He
him
had
in
the-
Thunderbolts movies.
His contract extension gave him the most appearances in a Marvel movie contractually since Samuel L. Jackson. There's no
Yeah.
way he's not going to be the next Cap.
Yeah, put him in
Right.
Thunderbolts, dude. That'd be awesome.
I don't
Okay,
think
now
he'll
that'd
be
be
a
cool.
Thunderbolts movie.
Do you think that he actually like carry enough weight on screen to do his own solo Captain America movie?
No.
That's the thing. I think the future Cap movies they'll do with him, they'll like the supporting character will be like, it's kind of like how Thor has Hulk as
Yeah,
supporting character
that's
too.
what I'm feeling.
That's
too.
the
They're
kind
gonna
of
do
thing
team-ups
they're gonna
and
do.
stuff?
Yep.
I mean, not yeah. Maybe I mean it's obviously it's gonna be Bucky, Cap, and probably Falcon.
Yeah.
Book Cap.
I
And
mean,
probably like Spider-Man or
no,
Yeah, I wouldn't be
Spider-Man's
surprised
gonna
if
stay
they
in
team
his
him up
own
with like
movie.
Spider-Man, or maybe even like I don't know, team him up with Black Panther or something, like because to give that character
Dude.
more room to breathe. Like, yeah, I definitely think like there's no way Sebastian Stan carries a movie by himself. I mean,
No.
he was a third fiddle character on what's it called on what's that show on goddamn ABC? Once Upon a Time. Like he wasn't even the main character on that. So like. There's no way he can carry a movie at this stage in his career.
Yeah,
Really,
I bet they'll
though?
have in his contract must try starring in more films to get name value up. Because I mean,
Like,
if you
what-
look at McAvoy on X-Men, he's
Yeah.
nowhere half the time.
Dude, didn't McAvoy and Fassbender extend their contracts for X-Men or?
I'm sure they did.
I think
There
they
was a
did, but I
rumor,
think they're
but-
the only ones. But like, kind of with that whole thing, I actually, when it comes to that whole rumor about Spider-Man having like a mentor, I honestly would love it if it was Black Panther. Not because he's the black dude, but because he's just better than Tony Stark.
Well,
But that's
everybody
true.
is, so that's okay.
I mean,
it's
but
gonna
Tony
be
makes a lot
Tony,
more
though.
sense.
Yeah, it would be Tony, but it's just like, hey, kid, I want to give you this grant. He's like, oh, well, see, this king is going to take me to Africa and train me in a science that he made.
All right, let's
And
be honest.
I'm going to
No
get
white kid from
cornrows like I did in
Queens
the
is
comic
just
book.
gonna-
It's going to be awesome.
No white kid from Queens is just going to randomly decide, I want to go to Africa. No, you want to go to Stark Tower.
I want to get
Now,
eaten
come
by a
on, man.
lion.
Harry Osborn confirmed to be black. I mean, he's in Queens. What else is he going to be? White?
Dude, wouldn't he be from the Bronx?
Fuck no.
like I
Luke Cage is
truly,
Spider-Man
Osborn?
goes to Harlem.
Oh, God.
I truly think that still image of Captain America in that home was Peter's house.
Same. Yep.
Yep, I'm almost like
Yeah,
100% behind.
Dude,
that idea.
I
I don't
heard
know if
actually.
you guys ever like. How did you guys feel about this? I loved the original Raimi 2 movies. Like the third one I could put up with. The Amazing Spider-Man one I thought was decent, 2 I hated. But to me, Aunt May is supposed to live by herself, right? After Uncle Ben dies. And how the hell is she living in a giant, 2-story house with 4 bedrooms and no. Listen, they need to live in a shitty, dingy apartment in New York City, because even a shitty 1-bedroom apartment in New York City is 1.8 grand. So, that's what they need to do. Yeah, so looking at that picture of Cap in that house, I feel that's the Parker residence.
Imagine though living in a shitty-ass apartment complex and Cap just walks right by.
I mean, have you seen Marissa Tomei? Clearly, she has a second job.
Well, doing what? I mean,
she's a stripper.
Street life.
Okay.
No, I don't want stripper Aunt May.
Yes, you do. God, no. It's Ultimate Aunt May. Clearly, this is Ultimate May, who lives her life full of adventure.
If you really want to see him,
we'll discuss that afterwards.
Yeah, we got to research that later.
Yeah, but while we're on the topic of future Marvel movies, Guardians 2 has its first photo, and Mantis was confirmed as everyone thought it was the Asian chick.
Kurt Russell's in it. Did you guys?
I like how.
Oh yeah, Kurt Russell's in it.
How much you guys want to bet he's Star-Lord's dad?
Of course.
Oh yeah.
Nah, man, he's the villain.
Now, let's just talk about how funny it was, though. The moment they announced the actress before she was ever confirmed as Mantis, everybody just racially looks at her and goes, "Yeah, she's Mantis, because she's Asian." No one said anything else.
I mean, they're not wrong.
Exactly.
So based off of this photo from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, it appears that Groot is still small. So is this I wonder if the movie picks up shortly after the first movie, almost immediately after.
Well, I think Groot can control when he wants to get big or not. I think it's a part of his powers. They might showcase the fact that he doesn't always have to be big. When he's
that's true,
full grown, so to speak.
See, most of the time he has a base size though that he's usually at. So I don't know if he just naturally grows to a certain height and then he can control it, or if he can just literally control it at will.
I think it's more of a will thing.
I mean, yeah, because there's actually a good scene. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, if it was more of a will thing, you would think that from a single twig he would be able to grow back almost instantly.
Yeah,
but it takes time.
There's a thing in the cartoons where he's actually the size of a twig. Not even a twig, he's the size of a toothpick. They flung him out and he became a full-size tree. Actually, no, I'm sorry, that was an Infinity War, the tie-in. The best tie-in.
Maybe he can master his powers and knows how to use them now, so he can just control his size.
Yeah, that was a Secret War. I remember that. Because they're Star-Lord's had a toothpick the whole time, and no one really gave a shit about a toothpick. It was just a thing. People were oh, maybe they just add a toothpick. But then Jonathan Hickman was yeah, he has a toothpick for a reason. It's really Groot. And he just straight up throws a toothpick. Groot decides, I'm going to bond with the world tree, and then shenanigans.
Yeah. So now you have Super Groot, which I think I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
So, what about the other girl, though? Then they cast that Elizabeth girl. I think she's Phyla Vey Quasar or whatever.
Oh, God, please, yes. Please.
Quasir?
Yeah, she looks like it could be.
So if they're going to do that, that means they're going to have to include the quantum bands. Oh, I'm so excited. Which means, if that's true, then they're going to have to at least allude to her father, which is the original Quasar. Oh,
where's Adam Warlock
for the love of God. Please, for the love of God.
I don't think
trapped in a gem, probably.
I think me and Armin, our theories will come true that Power Stone will be used to make the Nova Force.
Yep, it's got to happen.
So you don't think the Nova Force exists yet?
No, there's no way.
No way.
Really?
Yeah, I think Nova might be a Phase 4 movie, honestly.
Yeah, because that's how they set up Nova. They can introduce that. So
I've never actually thought of it that way.
Yeah,
because I've always had this notion that the Nova Force has already been a thing in the MCU.
No, here's my theory, and me and Armin had a theory uploading battle for a solid 2 weeks, I think, after Guardians came out. It was fun, but basically the theory goes, at least my side of the theory goes, Nova Empire will study the Power Stone, and just like how Red Skull was able to, study the Tesseract and, make artificial version of that energy, there's no reason Nova Empire, with their vastly more advanced technology, couldn't do the same thing with the Power Stone.
Wait.
Now,
It
To
says
go
on
off of
Wikipedia
that,
that Russell is Quill's father.
Oh, Wikipedia.
Yeah, well,
that
we
must
find
be
out.
true.
Hey, with,
what Josh
hey
is
man,
saying, you know how like, because you
better
were
than
just
El
saying
Maiden.
how they're gonna harness the power of the Power Stone, right, to do it.
Yeah.
Glenn Close is coming back as Nova Prime. I think they're doing it in secret, and this is going to be one of the reasons that the Novas don't show up to help in Infinity War. Because they're like, we don't want your help. We entrusted you to guard this, not do experiments with it. So this is going to put a rift in there, you know. So by the time we get a Nova movie, that can explain why the Guardians don't show up, because they're kind of, you know, devoid of everything that's happening on Nova Prime because they're pissed at them. So it's like, because they need to give it that spacing, because once again you run into that issue of like, hey, why doesn't Tony just call Captain America for help in Iron Man 3? It's like, oh, because Hydra would block the communications because they were S.H.I.E.L.D., right? Like, so they retroactively explain it, but it's like, if the Nova Force was to suddenly exist, then why wouldn't you call them to guard Earth when Thanos invades, right? Because, you know, it kind of like writes itself, honestly, to me anyway.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if
fair enough.
Peter being half human is what, you know, inspires him to send a helmet, so to speak, to like Earth, for example. Honestly, yeah, there's so much they can do with it. It's actually really exciting when you think about it. So I'm excited.
How are they gonna fit in the dog Cosmo and Adam and the duck too? Howard the Duck.
Well, clearly Cosmo and Colossus are from the same part of Russia. He was his pet dog. He got shipped off in an experiment, and in the same experiment, they turned Colossus into a mute. Yep, it's confirmed. If I say it, so it shall be.
That's how that happened.
Yep, that's how it works.
No, I guess just closing my thoughts on Guardians 2, I'm super excited that it's filming. Let's cross our fingers for some set photo leaks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, Guardians 1 was infamous for photo leaks.
Oh,
Holy
yeah.
shit.
I
Yeah,
mean,
dude,
I
man.
want them,
Yeah,
but then I don't
shitload
want
of them.
James Gunn going James Gunn and then like shutting down his social media. Because, you know, he'd be the guy to do that. He'd do like a long range. He's like actually creatively successful Max Landis. That's what James Gunn is. So like he'll go on a rant like Max Landis, and then he'll close off his social media and he'll like bitch about it for a little bit, but he'll actually make a good product. That's the difference between him and Max Landis. Max Landis will make like a shitty, like average at best product, and it's only made good if someone else takes it over. Honestly, let's be honest here.
True.
That's the only way it will be good. I mean, the dude, you know, he has good ideas. You can call him a visionary if you want, but that doesn't mean he's not a visionary of shit. But like James Gunn, on the other hand, James Gunn actually makes good stuff. Like he's a visionary, also in the same aspect, great ideas, but he actually knows how to deliver those ideas appropriately.
Yeah, he can execute them properly.
Yeah, he went to
which
the
is something
trauma
his
film
Max Landis.
of school, so he's good.
Yeah, but both of them have the problem where they will have like bitch ass rants on social media
Yeah.
on the dime, and
Yeah,
I
like
can bet you
when
if
he
a
called out
leak
Mayimbe.
comes,
Oh my god, that was amazing.
yeah. So
Actually, did he call out Deadline, was it?
Yeah, he did. too.
Recently?
James Gunn calls out anybody that talks shit because he's like, you don't know what the fuck it's like. Get out of here.
Yeah.
recording's in
How, like, I know he said also that there's going to be no Warlock. I'm starting to think that James Gunn doesn't like certain characters.
He
And
said
that-
he hates Nova. Like, he openly hates that fucking character.
I don't know why, honestly.
I just don't like Sam Alexander.
No, like, seriously, though, Richard Rider is... He
Dick
is kind
Rider.
of an iffy character,
Stop.
but he's not as bad as Scott Cyclops. Like, I hate Scott, but that's just me.
Hey man,
But,
all hail the Dick Rider.
But like, I would love to see the Nova Force in this movie, and if they're not in this movie, I just want to see them in this universe. You know,
Yeah, they could do it.
especially
There's no Infinity
especially-
Stones.
especially just because there's so much that Marvel Studios can't do. If they had more characters, it probably wouldn't be that big of a deal. But they don't have all the rights to all their characters, so I think that they need to expand their universe as much as they possibly can. So including the Nova Force, I think is really crucial to the cosmic stuff.
Yeah,
I
that's
really
true.
think that it needs to be.
Well, I think once you hit, Captain Marvel, which is my most anticipated film out of any comic book film in like the next decade, when you hit Captain Marvel, you've gone full cosmic way more than anything you've done so far. So once they hit that point, 2018, 2019 with Infinity War, Inhumans, I think like all the Earthbound stuff is honestly going to be boring. Like they're going to have to, start evolving everything up there because that's what fans are going to be used to. Like look at what Doctor Strange is going to do, right? I mean, that's going to be so different than Captain America. So it's like it's good that Captain America and Iron Man are ending because if those movies continue, people are going to get bored of the same
run
shit.
Into the ground.
Exactly.
But kind of jumping universes here. Moving over, what do you guys think about the rumor that Wolverine 3 is probably going to get that R rating?
Hype.
Are we jumping to the bad universe?
Hugh Jackman.
No, dude, we're jumping to Deadpool universe, the one true Fox universe.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, all this says to me is that Hugh Jackman is like secretly a mastermind. Because I mean, they heavily hinted that he was very instrumental in Deadpool getting made, or at least, I mean, I'm sure Hugh Jackman had a talk with some Fox executives to be like, hey, give it a chance and stuff like that. And considering how well it did, I mean, I feel like I just, something in my mind's telling me that Hugh Jackman in the back of his mind had it, well, if it does really well because it's rated R, maybe I can finally have my rated R Wolverine movie.
Mm-hmm.
Give him the fucking suit.
They had the Wolverine the unrated cut, which was like
here's
okay.
my thoughts on it. Okay, I think Deadpool was a breath of fresh air, and I think the comic book genre needed that movie.
Yeah,
it seriously needed it. So there's a date that is set for principal photography for Wolverine 3. It might not meet that date if Hugh Jackman hasn't quite picked his script yet, because he's said this several times, especially recently, that he will not make this movie if it is not absolutely fucking perfect. He wants to go out with a big, massive bang. So I think especially post Deadpool, he has to give the fans what we've wanted all along, and that is not only finally a really, really good Wolverine movie. I mean, you can say what you want about the Wolverine; it was okay, I think, until the last 30 minutes of the movie.
The final act kind of
went to shit.
Shut itself.
Yeah, but I think that and I think Hugh knows that too. I think he knows where fans really like the movie, and he knows the spots where it didn't. They missed their mark. So he really wants this perfect movie. So I think he really has to please everyone. He has to please himself too, because this is his baby. I think this is his passion project. So I'm hoping what Fox does at this point is says, okay, we lifted our hands up off of Deadpool and we let Tim Miller and Ryan Reynolds do what the fuck they wanted, and guess what happened? It broke fucking records. So I'm hoping that they do the same thing with the Wolverine and not have another shit show like Fant Four Stick where they just meddled the whole time.
Hasn't Hugh Jackman
there's so much you can do with it. Like, just why not go fully into it? Like, why is it so hard for them to understand who Wolverine is? It's like, all he has to do is be a bloody badass who doesn't give a fuck. And it's like, we got hints of that in X-Men 2. Like, there's that really bloody scene where he first has his flashback, and like, he's in Weapon X, and there's blood everywhere, and there's like flesh tearing off of him. Why just give us that, just give us that. But they keep pulling back because, I mean, Singer, for the love of God, removed the yellow suit from the Wolverine. Like,
oh my God,
bitch!
Come on.
He better wear the suit in this final movie too. Like, he has to wear it.
That's what I'm saying. He
Suit,
has to.
But I could live without the head part. That makes sense.
Yeah, I could do it.
Just because I feel like it looked really wonky.
Dude, it looks so cool.
Weird.
That yellow.
But I mean, the big ass on the side, the kind of the ears of it, so to speak. I feel like that'd be really.
But he has that stupid hairdo already.
That's what people say about that's what people were saying about Captain America. But look the way that they were able to retrofit the Captain America suit and make it contemporary. It fits. It makes sense.
Yeah, but
it's not campy.
Big ass ears on each side. That
no, he doesn't. But I'm saying that you can you can make it in a way where it doesn't seem stupid and campy.
Honestly,
I mean, look,
the best way to do it is just jump onto the CW lot, beat up Hawkman, and take his helmet, and just put some yellow on.
Dude,
Hawkman
is dead.
I mean, he's already
Hawkman,
dead.
yeah,
So
he's dead. He
doesn't
doesn't
beat him up.
That's true.
Honestly,
we can talk about how that show should have ended weeks ago.
Honestly, for the Wolverine movie, though, I mean, I really hope Fox kind of because obviously Fox was more or less hands off with Deadpool, and that paid off. And I really hope they're the same way with this movie, because you could really tell. We talked about how the last act of the Wolverine was the weakest part. And I feel like it's because it was very obvious where the studio meddled. And definitely that big-ass metal samurai bullshit, that definitely probably was Fox's idea.
Turtle samurai?
Yeah.
I mean, that was a fucking mess.
Grant
old man
Robot.
Shredder.
Yeah, I definitely feel like that was where Fox kind of meddled. Like, I feel like Fox, we have to have this big fight scene, with this big-ass robot that's totally not a ploy to sell a toy of it.
Because Iron Man has the big robot, so we need the big robot.
And that's why it was such a letdown, because the Silver Samurai story arc is like my favorite, is one of my favorite Wolverine stories to read. It's absolutely fantastic.
I was really mad he still used his claws in the movie. I was hoping they were gonna do the whole he gets his blood's poisoned, his body's poisoned by adamantium stuff, and I was hoping because he can't fucking heal when he pops his claws out now, I was hoping he would learn how to use a sword, a katana, like in the comics. And I was really hoping for that. In a much more
he's a fucking film. Samurai in the comics, and that's where they missed their mark, with that movie in particular. And they completely chopped the Silver Samurai. Like, that was not the Silver Samurai at all. They kind of screwed up his love interest too, honestly.
I hope we get Dakin.
Then they put her in Arrow
or something.
Dakin, actually, I would love Dakin for the third film. Like I said, they have to go out with a bang. The script has to be perfect, and they have to please everyone with this.
Oh fuck! Singer would love Dakin. Isn't Dakin gay? No, he's bi. He's bi. That's progressive as shit.
How old is he? Is he under the age of 12?
Well, I mean, Armin, didn't you have that idea on yours about how they would replace Wolverine? Or was that us? I keep forgetting.
Oh no! I don't want them to recast him though. I want them to retire Wolverine when they're done.
Yeah, no. I mean, dude, just bring in X-23. I'd actually be really cool with it.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea too. I mean, just characters like the Robert Downey Jr. for Iron Man. I want them to just retire the character when he's done.
Have a mentee that'll fill the slot of.
Do you guys feel that Wolverine is on the way out? Because Deadpool was such a big hit. I feel like that now they have their version of Iron Man 2.0, because their version of Iron Man was Wolverine. Now they can kind of sideline him, push Deadpool, and then retire Hugh Jackman. Then in 5-6 years, bring back Wolverine as a new actor and fully get a fresh start. Because there is no way that they just recast in a year after the Wolverine. That's not going to happen. So
they did
I
that
don't
with
think
Spider-Man.
Deadpool's going to be
in
every single thing. I think that Deadpool's going to stay a relatively separate entity from the other X-Men films. I don't think he's going to be the Iron Man 2.0, so to speak.
Yeah.
Well,
basically, let's be honest, that's basically become Mystique. So
you don't feel like they merged the universes? Because I feel like after Apocalypse, they're going to sit down and have serious talk, being we need to merge this now. Because they're so behind on everybody, I
think they will, but if they can't keep Jennifer Lawrence as Mystique, I think, because let's be honest, the past few X-Men movies have been progressively focusing on her. I mean, there's no reason Mystique needs to be in Apocalypse.
Right.
Yeah.
There's absolutely zero reason. I completely agree with you.
Especially as a combatant, she has no offensive power. Her powers are
bitch don't even want to be
dude, Darwin should have been the Angel of Death, and look where he is. Still dead, like he shouldn't have been. I'm still mad about that.
It made no sense to kill off Darwin. Zero sense, actually.
Well, you just killed the black dude for no reason.
I mean, actually, there is some sense to it, because if it's pure energy going in him, energy can't be destroyed. You can't really. His body may have decided the best way to fight it is to become energy itself.
But he didn't. He turned into a fucking rock.
Yeah, atomically, he should have rebuilt himself. Because even in the comic, they said if he got in a fight with the Hulk, it would teleport him away.
You know what should have happened? You know what should have happened? His body should have adapted, and he should have became fucking Molecule Man.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Especially since Fox owns Molecule Man. What the hell were they thinking? They really missed something.
When are they gonna,
Luke, you say that, but you really don't want them to use Molecule Man, because they would have no fucking idea how to use Molecule Man.
That's true.
That's true.
Dude, they don't even know how to use Cyclops, and he's the simplest fucking character they got.
Dude, Cyclops isn't even on their theater standee. He's not a true X-Men to them.
Honestly, I don't know why they dicked him over so much. He's just he's done nothing to deserve it, and they just decided one day we don't like him anymore.
Because Bryan Singer, aka the Diddler, doesn't fucking like him or something. I don't know.
Yeah, and like before Apocalypse was gonna come out, they were saying like this was his last movie, and now he's saying like, oh no, I'm gonna stay around for more. I'm like,
No.
why?
Yeah,
Get rid of
he's
him.
pulling a Michael Bay.
Like, why?
Yeah,
dude?
he is.
Get
You
rid
know,
of
probably why is because he can't get any more directing roles. Or
You know
anywhere else, so
what?
He's probably like, well, I guess I'll stay with the thing.
No,
I
he's
know.
doing,
It's like when you've
20,000
been banging
Leagues.
an ugly chick for a long ass time, and you kind of just stay with her. After a certain point, you just kind of stay with her because you're like, well, I know if I just stay with her, I'll be able to keep having sex, and I'll be able to keep doing this and keep doing that. But then, I mean, it's a safer route doing that, staying with that ugly chick that you know you keep getting sex with, than getting rid of her
No.
and then trying to get a hot chick. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Gotta
but
give him
Singer
that
has
Deadpool
other-
dick.
Singer has other directing gigs though. He's doing that 20,000 Leagues movie.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm sure it doesn't
So-
pay as much.
so here's the thing. What they should do is let Singer go and let Tim Miller take over, because Tim Miller gets the X-Men. He knows the X-Men. He wants
Yeah,
to
dude.
have the fucking X-Men in the movies like they should be. I mean, look, not Deadpool aside, look at the supporting characters in there. Fucking Colossus and Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
He got
were-
Negasonic Teenage Warhead wrong. She's a angry goth psychic
Okay.
because everyone
which-
cared about her initially
Yeah.
before the movie came out. That's what people were worried about.
I mean, what did you say in the chat the other day, Josh? Like, or in the group, something about Negasonic, having more screen time than Wonder Woman.
Oh yeah, I was like, what a time to be alive when, out of all characters, Negasonic Teenage Warhead not only is in a movie, has like a supporting role that's in vein of like what people are saying Wonder Woman's supporting role is. Don't know how much screen time Wonder Woman's gonna have, but I'm like, it just blows my mind that out of all characters,
Yeah.
she is on screen before Wonder Woman. That makes no sense.
wow. Yeah, that's actually wow.
Like, honestly, like, you could do a pool, like, everybody at Comic-Con 5 years ago, right? And you could be like, alright, what female characters do you think potentially will get on screen before Wonder Woman? You might get another Catwoman. I mean, actually, that doesn't count. But, I mean, let's say Marvel characters.
Yeah,
It's
people
just
would have said like
Marvel.
Black Cat for
Yeah.
sure. You
Black
know,
Cat, maybe
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel. Well, I guess Miss Marvel at that point.
Yeah.
You'd probably get, maybe a Spider Woman, one of the
Yeah.
Spider Girls, maybe.
Shit. Even
Fuck
one
it,
of the
you
Spider
get
Girls.
a female Thor before you get a Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
Josh, why are you starting
Or
company
Warhawk,
wars in the
whatever.
podcast?
I didn't bring it up. I think Luke brought it up.
I did
I mean,
bring it up.
Well, to be
To
fair,
me, I think the
Negasonic
perfect,
Teenage
like,
Warhead's
vision,
a lot
like-
easier to translate than Wonder Woman, though. There's like literally
like
no
I don't know,
history.
like
Is it
I-
really?
'cause Tim
We
Miller
can talk
did
about
really
that
good,
after the
like-
fact.
There's like
but-
literally no history to Negasonic, though, so you could do whatever you want with that character.
Fair enough.
That's true.
I mean, in fairness, you can
Fair
kind of do
enough.
whatever you want with any character. I mean, Man of Steel
That's
told us
true.
that. But,
Yeah, dude.
And it was
Clear-
awesome. But
Clearly,
anyways.
it's set up for the Injustice movies that we're gonna get. That's all it is.
I mean, if
Or the
DC by
Crisis
some
movie.
will of God decided, fuck it, this is Crime Syndicate, I'd piss myself.
Are we still
That'd be the
talking about
baldest
DC
thing
on
ever
the
if we did.
Marvelite? Are we still
Yeah.
are we
Yeah.
still doing this company wars thing on the Marvelite right now?
Company Wars.
Can we move on, please?
No, this is
Come
good.
on,
This
man.
this has to turn into a shit show. We have Josh
Please,
here.
we were so close, dude. We were almost there to the end. Why did?
Well, I
Okay.
mean, since we've gone
Okay,
through all
I-
our topics just about.
I have one last question for all of you guys.
What?
Post Deadpool, how the fuck are they gonna pull off Gambit now?
They can still do Gambit. No
They
problem.
aren't. There's your answer.
Yeah.
I think Gambit's
But-
actually going to be good, honestly.
I don't trust
Okay, but
Channing Tatum.
look at Channing Tatum's track record over the past couple years.
been pretty
Literally
solid.
every movie that he's been
Yeah,
in,
as a
Josh, has
stripper.
bombed.
Yeah, has bombed.
Yeah, they're all
every
bombing.
every action
Oh,
movie he's been in,
21
bombed.
Jump Street. I feel like the comedy.
He's good at comedy and
not- it's not
stripping.
gonna be like- exactly, and that's
You know who
basically
else is good at
Gambit.
that? Me.
Do we
No,
want
but I mean-
Gambit to be like a comedy though? Because that has to be like Gambit is a
No,
dirty
it's-
ass character.
I don't think-
like he's
No.
not a likable
It
character.
can't be Deadpool. It can't be
No, it
like
can't.
Deadpool.
No, I don't think it would be
No,
like that.
that'll-
I think it'll be like a relatively serious. I mean, if you guys saw, I think it was Foxtrot. No, it was a Foxcatcher. I don't know why I said Foxtrot.
Yeah, Foxcatcher.
Foxcatcher
yeah.
was a very serious film, and Channing Tatum did a good job in that. I think
Okay.
I think that Gambit's gonna be a good. I think it's gonna be a relatively serious movie, but there's no fucking way he can't be. The charming suave, You know, like, he's not gonna be quipping like Spider-Man, but I mean, he's gonna be, you know, a smooth criminal. You know what I mean? Like,
I just
he's
can't.
not gonna be a you know, a plastic toy. He's
I
not
just
just
can't
gonna
see-
be there.
I can't see Babyface Tatum in the part.
Yeah.
Yeah, why didn't they bring back Taylor Kitsch?
Yeah,
I mean, have you
Taylor
guys seen
Kitsch
The
was
Hateful
actually
Eight?
good.
Well, hold on, let me ask you: have you guys seen the movie The Hateful Eight
Not
by
yet.
Tarantino?
Nope.
I have not
None
seen
of
it
you-
yet, actually.
Ew,
Okay,
dude,
you need to
Tarantino
watch
is
that
Reddit
movie.
tier.
You need to watch that movie because Channing Tatum's actually in The Hateful Eight, and the way his character's designed and stuff like that. I'm not gonna spoil it because it's actually a plot point, but I got from after seeing that performance and after seeing what his character was in that movie, I felt more confident about him being Gambit. So go watch. I mean, it's a long ass movie though. It's a
That's the
really
only reason I
long-ass
haven't
movie.
seen it. I'm like, oh, it's
But
so
it's
long. It's
worth
like
it.
3-something hours.
Armin, especially because you have like a film education background.
Yeah.
I think you definitely like it. It's definitely a Tarantino style movie. It's like it's very much, it has the kind of the storytelling format of like Pulp Fiction. I'd say, where it's not afraid to not be linear at times, and it has like the parts where like it has like the chapter thing and stuff like that. But I mean, it's a good movie. I enjoyed it.
So Gambit, though, the one thing I don't understand is why the movie has a price tag of $150 million. That makes
For
no
what?
sense.
Wasn't Deadpool like 40 million?
Yeah, I think
50.
I wouldn't be surprised if they slashed the Gambit budget a little more.
And
See,
gave it
they
to
would
Deadpool
need to.
too.
You just gotta
So,
film, film in New Orleans.
Okay, here's the
Are we
thing.
gonna
The
see
more
Rogue?
money...
So many questions.
Yeah, see, but the more money you dump into a movie, the more of a risk that you're taking. So the reason why Deadpool, I think, did work so well is because it had a strict budget of $50 million, but that allowed them to be very, very creative.
Yeah.
And with minimal risk. So I think doing Gambit on maybe like 80 million max would be enough to do the film, but not like have it overly budgeted like
Well, see,
like
it's
you
like-
said. Was it like 150?
Yeah, 150,
Yeah,
which is ridiculous.
150. That's 20 million under Guardians of the Galaxy.
And here's
That's
the
ridiculous.
thing, like, you know, Gambit is probably going to be set in Louisiana, right? Because, you know, the Cajun and all
Hopefully.
that, they could do
Oh,
some
yeah.
really good crime and stuff there. Here's the problem. If you're going to Louisiana, that is the cheapest state in America to shoot a movie. And they actually give you, I think, something like 35% of whatever you spent fully back to shoot there. So why the hell would Gambit need this much of a budget? Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, you could literally shoot
All those
in
effects,
my mind,
bro.
in my mind, I can put together a Gambit movie for like $50 million, and it'll be like, oh, and then you'll make 35% of that back from Louisiana. So what the hell? Like, it blows my mind that movie's gonna
Dude, I
cost
could
as
shoot
much
Gambit
as
on my
fucking, like-
iPhone right now.
You could.
Honestly,
Like,
the only thing I really want from this Gambit movie is a very good Thieves Guild versus Assassin's
Yep.
Guild storyline. And it'd be really cool if they did the thing where Gambit, you know, marries, you know, someone that's in the Assassin's Guild, because Gambit's in the Thieves Guild. But I think that'd be really cool. I mean, I think that might be what they do. But I mean, if they do that kind of pseudo Romeo and Juliet story, I think it might be really nice.
Yeah.
Actually,
Speaking
Absolutely.
of romances, Valentine's Day passed. I know I'm mentioning this kind of late, but I hope everybody here read Spider-Man Blue as of tradition. If not, 50 lashings. But
I guess
Well,
you got-
I didn't read it,
have to
so
give me
that's
50.
racist. Anyways, I think that's a pretty good place to close out on.
Yeah, you don't want it turning into a shit show.
No.
it did already,
someone,
though,
mentioned,
didn't
someone
it?
mentioned DC.
Yeah, it already did, dude. We like got into this company war
Yeah, we
thing
did.
for like a few minutes.
I can't wait until the Nova movie comes out so they can make a better Green Lantern than Green Lantern.
Yep.
Oh,
Well, they already did that with
Ooh.
Guardians, so, you know.
Ooh. They already did a
I still
better
want the
Suicide
Sentry
Squad.
movie too. I really want the Sentry movie. Because
Oh,
I
no,
want to see
dude.
Superman on screen for the first time in the 21st century.
Yeah, and I want to see a Cloak and Dagger movie, but you know. we
Damn,
don't
I
have-
can go all day with this.
and I want to see Hyperion, but I mean,
And I want a Runaways Netflix
I
show.
don't,
We all have
you
dreams.
don't, I don't want a Hyperion movie, honestly.
no, not a Hyperion movie. I just want to be a supporting Avenger.
Just want him to show up.
character.
That'd be
I
nice.
don't want him to actually be in a movie, honestly.
All right.
Well, you know what, Josh? I disagree.
No, because he has such a confusing backstory. I mean, it depends. Like, what universe are you doing? Are you doing like the Hickman one? Are you doing like the Squadron, like the OG Squadron Supreme one? I mean, it's King
Marvel
Hyperion.
would just
No, dude,
shove it all.
No,
in
dude,
Super
OG
Riot.
Squadron
We're gonna do
Supreme
the
all
one that
way.
ends the podcast the fastest.
I mean, I thought it already ended. I thought we were just talking.
No, because I haven't told you. I haven't signed off.
Yeah, Josh.
I mean,
You keep extending this.
Goodness, boss man.
all right, I guess sign off.
Will close us out.
All right, so that has been the show, everyone. Thanks for listening. With me, we had co-host Luke,
Yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
superior editor Nick,
Dude, that podcast was almost good, but then it did become a shit show at the last minute. Like, why?
the last minute.
Why?
Boss man Josh,
I'm right here.
and Armin Hammer.
Yep, and if you guys like shit shows, tune in for CBC because we don't have a script. These guys actually wrote notes. I don't fucking do nothing.
Wait, we had notes? I missed this one.
Yeah, it was in the chat. If you had opened it. Oh well.
Wah, wah.
Anyways, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Hybrid Network. All right.
Oh, and subscribe to the Comic Book Cast.
Blah.
Oh yeah.